Warning, this is not a video for kids. Okay guys, welcome back. It's 6:38 p.m. So yeah. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, let's get back to it.
This fact
Scary
happened
animation.
when I was 15 years old.
Ooh.
Beginning of last year, 2018, when I
Oh.
finally got to sophomore
Isn't 2018 when the flu started?
year here in Brazil.
Okay.
It was an ordinary Friday night.
Oh,
Suddenly, I felt a little bit hungry, so I decided to put on some clothes and go to the snack bar.
Wait, you were naked? Oh, I get it. I get it. I know. I get it.
It was barely 10 minutes from my house.
Okay.
I usually pass through the alley to go to the snack bar, but that time, everything was so creepy in there.
Okay.
When I was halfway there,
I was yawning.
it was dark, empty, abnormally cold and gloomy.
Oh.
I felt slightly intimidated, but there was nothing there that could really harm me. So I decided to just go through that alley.
He's wearing slippers? Tell me those are Adidas, without telling me those are Adidas.
Then I thought, nothing's gonna happen. I kept going until I suddenly heard something weird on the other side of the alley. There was a man in there, staring at the walls in hunchback stance, grunting weirdly. I found that incredibly creepy.
Are you
but I was
okay?
nearly at the snack bar, so all I needed was just to get out of that alley. Walk 1 minute more, and I finally would get there, instead of making it all the way home with empty hands. Thus, I decided to ignore him and pass through after all. I finally passed through him. He turned to me and stared at me with a creepy smile.
Get out of there. No, man, get out of there!
Which made me walk a little bit faster.
You guys see that too, right? He has a knife.
Trying to avoid him. Then, suddenly, I heard a grunt and quick steps behind me. When I looked back, it was him. We were barely 2 feet away from each other. He had a kitchen knife in his right hand.
Yay!
And jumped on me with amazing speed and tried to stab me. I managed to grab both of his arms before he could get me. However, since he was charging at me, he still had more energy to push me back and force me against the wall. I was terrified with all of that. I knew I would die if I didn't fight back. Back then, I was already trained in some martial arts to defend myself.
Yeah, I was too, but I quit because my knee hurt and I got my knee injured.
But that I thought I'd never need to use that skill to...
Yeah, we just teach you judo for no reason. Nobody's gonna fight you ever in your life. Psh, no, never.
Defend my life until now. So, in a sudden burst of adrenaline, I managed to twist the wrist which he was holding the knife, kicking his stomach and punching him mercilessly.
No, take the knife, stab him to death, cut the body into pieces, and throw it into the furnace. Period. Nothing else.
In the face several times. In the end, his face was bleeding so much, but his body was ignoring the pain of the blows in his body and only focusing on killing me.
Yeah, that's how you know he's insane.
Finally, I used a training that I took before to twist both of his wrists and elbows harshly at the same time, forced in 2 different directions, and kicked the backside of his leg, putting him to the ground until ultimately he could drop the knife.
Okay, and then just kick the knife away and call for help.
It wasn't easy because he was struggling and punching my back and somehow trying to jump on me. But since I had his arm under my grasp, he couldn't do much without breaking himself.
If I were the guy, I would just headbutt him. I'm not scared of now that I think about it, yeah, his head is bleeding, so yeah, it would hurt a lot. But tuck your chin as you're gonna if you're gonna put your chin up to I guess your torso a little, and just throw your head on him, and then boom, there you go. Headbutt.
I slammed his head in the concrete ground, stunning him. Then kept striking his face desperately while kneeling over his arm so he wouldn't be able to react or reach his knife again.
Yeah. Now I'm on the guy's side. I'm not on his kid's side.
And finally, he was out cold, bleeding a lot.
Out cold or dead?
My knuckles were full of blood and hurt.
Yeah, a murderer. Get the hell out of there and just turn yourself into the cops.
So I got up, took his knife, throwing it far away from there, and ran away from him.
Oh yeah, now I'm just gonna go to the snack bar, be like, hey, I want a Snickers. You're not gonna do anything. Where'd you get the blood on your knuckles? Long story. Now give me the Snickers. Ah! Next thing you know, he comes out with a bloody face.
I finally got to the snack bar, washed my hands in there, and
I was about to say, what are you gonna do when they see your bloody knuckles?
did everything I had to do before going back home. But obviously, I didn't take the same path as I did before.
Yeah, well, no crap. I wouldn't either.
But there were things that got much creepier. That was at the entrance of my apartment, where I heard screams coming from the other side of the street.
Oh, come on!
It was the same crazy man.
My dude! You got beat up 15 million times! And you're just gonna be like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just gonna put blood on his doorway and just be crazy. And just scream. First of all, how did he know where he lived?
Now, seeming like he was possessed by a demon.
No crap, dude. You beat the hell out of him. I would do the same if I was the crazy guy.
And he was slamming his head on the iron door of my building's entrance. His face was horribly deformed and scarred from our fight.
Okay, yeah, that's not the fight. A black eye does not look like that. It's just black around your eye because he... Okay.
That freaked me out completely. My parents were on a trip and the watchman of our building was on vacation.
Oh, come
I wasn't
on.
gonna fight that man again. So I decided to rush to my girlfriend's house.
This whole time you had a girlfriend? I would just sleep with her. Not that I want to, make out the whole night. Hell no. I mean, I would probably, kiss her, 2 times. As in, one hey, and then one good night, and then boom, that's it, sleep. Or sleep on the couch. I don't know.
When I got there, she was home alone.
Oh, you know what? You're gonna have a sleepover. She's home alone too, so
She
yay.
looked worried because I was looking pale, and there were still some marks of the man's blood on my clothes.
Yeah, if I was the girlfriend, I would just call the cops.
I explained everything to her, and we called the police to come by my building.
Dude, you really gonna stay with her? When she looks at your shirt, blood, 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 blood. And then you take off your sweater and shirt and everything, and then there's no cuts, no bruises on you whatsoever. Yeah, I would call the cops about him, not the guy, not the blood. I would call the cops about my boyfriend. If I were the girlfriend.
When they arrived, the man was still in the entrance, trying to force the doors unsuccessfully.
Why are the cops aiming guns at him? Do you not see the blood on the damn door? Yeah, that's how insane the guy is.
When he saw the police, he attacked them.
Yeah, he's definitely deformed. He's 50 maybe.
But got quickly dominated.
I bet it's 50. I bet he's 50.
By the cops.
Okay.
They explained that he was probably a crazy psycho in the streets looking for prey.
Yeah, if I were the girlfriend, I would kiss my boyfriend hard. Okay, that sounded weird. I'm gonna shut up now.
To rape, kill, or do anything he wanted to the person. So they sent him to a high-security mental asylum for
I would just send him to the electric chair that day.
criminals, far away from my house. I feel so lucky that I survived that day, and I'm hoping that I will never see that man again.
Someone was beside me while I was sleeping. Yeah, I think I saw this on Mr. Cell video. I don't know.
When I was 10 or...
Those footsteps scare the living life out of me. Okay. BRB though. So, okay, Brack. Yeah, so I just really wonder what it's like having a girlfriend. Honestly.
My cousin and aunt visited us.
I would hug my girlfriend a lot if I had one.
We had fun throughout the day.
Why is her mom's like hair blue? I wouldn't dye my hair blue until it was gray. I mean, like, what's the point of dyeing your hair until you're like maybe when you're old? I mean, when you're old, that seems like very crazy. But when your hair is like dead, then yeah, dye it. But no.
And my aunt and cousin
Never.
decided to sleep at my other aunt's house
Oh,
before
okay.
leaving early in the morning. After such a fun day, I insisted upon sleeping at my aunt's house too, so I could spend more time with everyone. Later that night, we all fell asleep in the guest room,
Oh,
the only room that was available for us.
okay.
I woke up suddenly at 5 a.m. I heard my mom and other aunt talking, so I was definitely awake. I saw that my
Yeah.
cousin and aunt's things weren't there anymore,
Oh,
so I assumed they'd already left.
aw, that sucks.
I was about to fall back asleep. I looked at my left and saw someone sleeping beside me. I
What?
was about to hug her, thinking it was my 21-year-old girl cousin. But then I saw her face. She wasn't my cousin at all. She was someone I didn't know. But she looked about the age of my cousin. She wore pajamas and a black shirt, and all I could do was stare at her. She started doing strange things, like stretching her legs up and down, and just focusing on the ceiling. It was all so odd. The feeling
How do your mom and your cousin not hear that? How? Legit. Okay, I'm gonna go be Brack, cause I have to chill out for a second. So Brack. Okay, unpause.
I eventually drifted off to sleep like nothing had happened.
Okay.
I woke up at 8 a.m., looking at my left, and she was gone.
Mm.
I told everything to my mom and every family member in the house.
She didn't believe
No
you.
one knew what I had experienced, or who the girl was. My
Oh,
dad
I thought they wouldn't believe you. Okay.
told me that my third eye was starting to see more, but I didn't really believe that.
Third eye.
I'm
What?
turning 13 now, and that
Okay.
experience still
That's
remains
weird.
a mystery to me.
Uh,
It never happened to me again, and hopefully it won't.
You heard that? My friend nearly got us killed.
Hi, my name is Adil.
Why is her
This
mouth
is a
blue?
true story.
Oh, good
The
for you.
police have finished this case and the man is in prison now.
Oh, okay.
I was 14 at the time this took place.
Okay.
I was in a school and sitting in a history lesson that was so boring.
Oh.
My friend Noel, who was sitting opposite me, said I could come over on Saturday, as his parents were not going to be there because they were going on a weekend away. That meant we could stay up as long as we wanted. This was not uncommon, as we both invited each other to stay at one another's house, and I thought we were going to have a great time. Saturday came and I was so ready. I packed my essentials like my toothbrush, my new game, and my pepper spray.
What?
My parents always made me carry it, and I didn't mind because it made me feel safe too.
Mm.
I went on my way, and 30 minutes later, after walking, arrived to Noel's house.
Mm.
As he opened the door, he looked a little tense and shifty. I walked in and locked the door after me, to which he became even more anxious. I asked him if everything was all right, and he said it was. Not trying to put it down on the evening, I asked him if we could play the new game I bought. He wasn't really interested, but said yes anyway. After 30 minutes of watching him not playing and just holding the controller in his hand, I switched off the TV and asked him what was going on. To which he replied, "I need your help." I asked him what he needed my help for.
Yeah,
He told
I'll
me
do
that this
anything.
man who added him on Facebook was actually stalking him in real life,
Whoa.
and as to how he wanted to meet Noel.
Oh,
He
Uh-oh.
warned him that if he told his parents,
Tell
he
your
would kill
parents.
them.
No.
So Noel, being the stupid idiot, he told him to come at 8 p.m.,
What?
5 minutes from now. He was scared, so he asked me to come to this meeting to get rid of him,
No.
and that if he had told me at
No.
school, I never would have agreed to come. He was right. I felt betrayed that he brought me here under false pretenses. I was also angry at his stupidity of him giving his address away as well. However, I had no time to argue. I was just glad he told me about this guy.
Yeah, now we can take a gun, kill each other, or just kill him.
Grabbed my pepper spray and just sat there on
Exactly, you have pepper spray, dude.
the couch.
Yeah, you just sat on the couch like, hey, so what are you gonna do after this? Dude, what do you mean? I'm gonna get killed. My parents are out of the house. Dude, I have pepper spray. I'll save my life. Dude, that's pepper spray. The guy might be insane. Yeah, I don't care. I can pepper spray him. You don't get it, do you? We're gonna die. My parents are out of the house. They're not gonna help me.
The doorbell rang at 8 p.m. I just sat there hoping he would leave after a little.
Ding-dong.
However, then I started to hear scratching and realized he was breaking in with some sort of tool. I quickly ran into the kitchen with Noel, and we heard the door lock get broken. And someone kicked the door.
Into pieces?
The
No.
lights were on, and we were hiding behind the large fridge.
Oh, okay.
The man, in a deep voice, shouted, "Noel!" We didn't reply. And then he shouted, "Noel, where the heck are you?
Oh.
I'm going to kill you."
What was the point of that?
At this point, I pushed Noel out from behind the fridge. Noel started going back, and the man was walking forward.
Why did you do that? That's your friend. I would use my pepper spray. I would just push my friend out and just be like, get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of here. I don't want to die. Go die. I don't care. Die. It's my friend.
Chuckling. As soon as he came near the distance of the fridge, I shot out and sprayed pepper spray in his eyes.
That's a good idea. That was a good idea.
He screamed in pain and then started swinging the screwdriver in his hand. I grabbed the screwdriver and picked up a pan laying there and
Smack him in the... Hit him. Keep hitting him. Hit him until he bleeds. Damn it.
dressed in a smart suit and was clean shaven. We called the police and later found out that he was a man who was being monitored because there were several complaints of stalking and threatening behavior.
Yeah.
They also found many tools in a bag he left near the door that
Is that a finger? That I just... Oh my god.
would dismember a body.
Oh my...
Thankfully, this sicko didn't kill anyone. However, I'm now happy that Noel called me because I dread to think what would have happened if I wasn't there.
Yeah, and you fucking like pushed him out? Jesus. Dude, the hell is wrong with you? The ghost of my friend's fly. Okay, this is the last animation.
This incident took place in
Oh.
Dubai when I was 10.
Dubai!
I used to go to my friend's apartment to play with him at the time of vacation.
Oh, that's cool.
One day, as usual, I went to his room to play.
Jenga.
After playing for a long time, I went to the bathroom.
Okay.
While I was washing my face off
I was about to say, did you just take a dookie?
and other things suddenly started to fall down. I was surprised. I thought maybe it was because of wind, but when I checked the surroundings, I found out there wasn't any window in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, there's
I
no
got
fine.
out
I don't have a window in my bathroom either.
and told my friend the incident. He
Oh.
told me that there's a ghost in his room. I freaked out. At first, I didn't believe him. However, then next his mother and father explained the paranormal activities which had taken place there since they moved into that place.
Oh my...
His father was making a burrito in the kitchen one day,
A burrito.
and suddenly a call came for him. He kept the burrito on the stove and attended the call.
Okay.
After attending the call, when he came back, he was surprised to find out that the burrito was burning down in flames from
What?
the stove. But he said he was definitely sure that he hadn't turned on the stove yet. Another day, while his mother was cooking food, suddenly she felt as if someone was choking her by holding her throat from behind, and she fled out of the kitchen with a scream. The same day while they were sleeping at night.
Wait, no. He said in his room. So not in his house, in his room. So wait, is his room the kitchen or... I am so confused.
They heard sounds from the bathroom. And when they checked it out, they found all the things, such as bottles of toilet cleaner and other things, had been scattered inside the bathroom.
I have shit. My hair
That
on my hand are like up. I keep putting it down, but it keeps going up. Oh, I have the shivers.
story made me suddenly freeze.
Yeah.
This was the exact same incident which occurred to me. They had called some group of ghost hunters and did some sort of rituals and found out that 2 people had been murdered by someone.
Uh,
To know if this was true, they went to the flat owner, and he said just the same thing like the ghost hunters and apologized for giving them this room. They moved out the next day after my visit to their house.
wait, so all that happened that day? Why wouldn't you do that before? Like, I'll just be like, God damn it, man. My wife got choked. My stuff keeps getting thrown around. Like, crap's happening when nothing even, when I remember nothing happened. Man, if you tell me the truth, I will pay double the rent today and move out. Like, bruh.
Well, to this day,
I'm skipping. I'm scared. Okay. Hell of a ride. Last one. I got scared that time, so.
my name is Max. I live in the center of
I keep looking back, like thinking that someone's gonna jump at me.
the city now. But a few years back, I lived in an old house on a
Ah, oh my God! Something fucking jumped at me. Guys, now that I think about it, every single time you're just like listening to an animation, nothing's gonna come at you. Cause then when stuff happens after, one, you're dreaming and you're thinking about it, or two, the demon just came to you because you saw it and now it wants you to die. Because it doesn't want any detail going around the world.
somewhat.
I keep hearing things move. I'm gonna go check my closet, guys. So, yeah. Yep, nothing there. Nothing there. I got scared for nothing. Yay. I'm gonna keep looking back, though.
Sketchy street. But that doesn't mean I was poor. The house was ugly from outside, and it was built before World War II. But clean, warm, and cozy inside. Although many people died in it there. I always believed in ghosts because of all the weird incidents that happened.
Yeah, same.
Like one time, at night, me and my mom were sitting in a room. It was pitch black outside the room we sat in.
Okay.
Suddenly, we heard someone was tripping over, falling in the kitchen. We also heard things like plates fall down.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my cat, guys. I'll be right back. Bruh. Okay, when you're under a blanket, they can't get you, the demons. When you're under a blanket, a demon can't get you. Got that?
And chatter. But when we walked outside, nothing was there.
Just broken?
Everything was in its place, and we were so scared about what was going on.
Oh, I thought something was
A
What?
few years later, and
What?
we were so scared about what was going on.
You saw that, right? You see that? Who is that? What the Okay, yeah, this is the last one. I'm scared as heck.
A few years later,
No, no.
I had a dream.
One more.
Me and my mom were walking down a path, and
Yeah.
suddenly we stopped, and I heard a voice saying, "Bridge." I felt something knocking on my back 3 times, and I woke up scared. Nothing was there.
I would be too.
So I didn't think of it that much and went back to sleep. However, after that night, this dream appeared again and again. The voice said various things that I don't remember. And one time, it said something about my mom's death. It always ended with something knocking on my back 3 times. It was creepy. One time, me and my mom sat in a room and talked about ghosts.
Okay.
And I told her about what I've been dreaming. Mom went silent for a second, and she confided in me that once she was sitting with a friend, and he said something not too nice to her, just for fun. She got angry and screamed, "Shut up," in a male voice. And she didn't remember that. When she described the voice, it reminded me that the voice sounded just like the voice in my dreams. In 2017, she passed away because of cancer. She died in the same room, in the same house where I got those nightmares.
Wait.
After that, I moved out to another place a few years ago. So I don't live in that house anymore.
Wait.
But
So.
I still believe in ghosts, that they exist, and they are real.
Wait. Wait, so you're telling me your mom died? Okay, yeah, one more. One more. I still don't have the shivers again. Oh, no! God damn it! Hate babies. Babies suck.
Is never just convenient. Introducing Bowl and Basket, now at ShopRite and partner retailers.
Heck no. True airport story.
It was the spring of 2017.
Okay.
I was flying out to Chicago for a job interview.
Oh, okay.
It was around 11 p.m. and I was sitting in my gate at the San Francisco International Airport.
Oh, okay.
A storm was raging outside.
Oh.
Rain pouring down the windows as everyone was bundled up on the seat.
Did you guys know that every single day, or like whenever you're on an airport, or on an airplane, the airplane actually gets struck by lightning? I'm not joking. It gets struck by lightning. Yep, heard me right. Struck by lightning. And you're telling me that I will go to an airport in a couple days or couple years, maybe like one day. No! I'm driving for the rest of my life!
And keeping to themselves. I was just scanning the rows of people in seats sleeping, on laptops or phones, and wearing earbuds before I noticed this one guy. He was sitting in the farthest corner of the gate by the corridor.
Okay, yeah, after this one, another.
Around him. He was not on his phone or wearing headphones like everyone else. He has this huge, crooked grin plastered on his face, and he's staring directly at me. He looked pretty average in terms of looks and what he was wearing.
Okay.
But that grin was so creepy, it was beginning to make me shit bricks.
What?
No, I turned away and pretended I hadn't seen him. But the fact that he was staring at me made me continuously turn to eye him back without realizing. Eventually, they called our gate and I boarded the plane. I took my seat in the business class right by the window and went on my phone, checking Instagram and texting friends. I did not...
Okay, another after this.
An hour later, we were up in the sky. Sometime through the flight, I got up to use the bathroom, and as I was finishing up in there, someone knocked on the door. I called out, "Occupied," but the person continued knocking repeatedly and aggressively. As I was washing my hands, I ignored it, hoping it would go away, but it didn't. So I opened the door to make some ballsy remark, but froze when I saw who was in front of me. It was that guy from the airport, still with that creepy grin plastered on his face.
Well, no crap!
Quickly, I pushed past him and walked to my seat, not glancing behind me.
He has a crush on you.
The rest of my flight went normal except for the fact that I couldn't get him off my mind.
Yeah, neither would I.
As soon as we landed in Chicago, I was the first to get my suitcase down from the overhead luggage, and the first off of that airplane. I called an Uber as I walked to the airport parking lot. It was 12 p.m. in Chicago. The Uber came and I drove to my hotel. And as I checked into my room, I realized something horrible. My wallet was missing. I don't know where I could have left it. So I called the airport and asked them to search the plane. They did so and got back to me a few hours later saying they found nothing. I drove back to the airport and spent the whole rest of the day searching and turning up nothing. My only theories were I had somehow left it at San Francisco, or it had been stolen.
Yeah.
I was able to recover and spent 3 more days walletless in Chicago. But you know what? Here's the scary part. When I got back to San Francisco and drove to my house, I discovered something disturbing.
What?
My door was unlocked, and my entire house was trashed.
Oh my god.
Everything had been broken, and anything worth a slight amount of value had been taken.
Dude.
I checked my security footage, and was able to identify the intruder as the grinning man from the airport who, sure enough,
had my wallet and therefore my keys. I called the police, who found his fingerprints all over my house.
Oh my god.
The only scary thing was that the prints did not match anyone.
What? That's the guy.